that it's more of a drought problem, because I mean, like it's possible that my area might be under, let's see, but according to local officials, they would consider this as an alert for low water to be used. What am I saying? What I'm saying is that they might issue a bulletin saying you gotta conserve water and all that, if you know what I mean. Well, I don't know if they ever do that in your area, in case if let's say, oh, you like your area, Wild, you're about to not have so much rain. So what do? They probably would say conserve your water. If you don't, then you end up paying a fine or whatever. I don't know if that's the case for you. Oh, I see. Well, never mind then. Lol. You may be half right, Wild, about making that a good news, but only as if I were to take pictures, then yes, I would definitely do that. But however, I don't know if the leaves would be colorful or would they just simply turn brown, in an instant. That's the thing. All right. Let's take a look at what's going on right now. So let's assume that this is the setup for now. There's a trough over Minnesota, another one over British Columbia and Alberta, in Washington State, and another one in just off of California. There is a ridge over northern Mexico, and another ridge just offshore. What does this mean? Wet weather is occurring in places like the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, and parts of the Great Plains, all the way down to Texas, and parts of Florida getting some rain. And in parts of the desert Southwest, do they have any rain? Well, folks, there is. Moisture still ongoing. And also in the Bitterroot Mountains and the Northern Rockies, there is plenty of wet weather to go around. 24 hours later, which is tomorrow night, moisture starts moving in to the northeast and still affecting the Ohio Valley, parts of Florida, because you have this trough that's located over Lake Superior, especially your area, Wild. Another one over Wyoming, and in a cutoff low from what it looks like, it's going to be over Southern California, but just offshore. And it looks like there is an upper level high. It's going to be located over northern Mexico. What does this mean? Well, in addition to the northeast, there's going to be more strong wet weather. It's going to be in Colorado and the Western Plains. And some more rain in parts of the Great Lakes region. And maybe a little bit in Olympic National Park and parts of British Columbia. And still some more rain in Florida. Another 24 hours, which is Tuesday night. Well, there's going to be a trough. It's over the Great Plains. A cutoff low still remaining in parts of Southern California. Just offshore, though. Another trough that's located in both over Lake Huron and just north of Maine. Ridge, it's going to be over the Great Plains. And it's kind of a bit of a zonal flow from what it looks like over the south. So that means that there's going to be some wet weather that's going to occur from places like the Panhandle, northern Texas, all the way to the Ohio Valley and parts of the Appalachian parts in the northeast. And even the northeast might get some wet weather going, but still some wet weather may occur in parts of the Great Lakes region, but on the eastern half, though, in parts of New England, and still some moisture still lingering around throughout parts of the desert Southwest and parts of the Great Basin too, well, on the Sierra Nevadas though. And finally, by Wednesday night, a ridge will be over Idaho. Cutoff low might end up becoming a trough on its own, but yet it'll still bring some wet weather in the west. Trough, an upper level low that's going to be over the Mississippi Valley, bringing in plenty of moisture in places like Texas all the way to New England. And some pop-up storms might occur in parts of Florida and southern Texas, but otherwise plenty of strong winds aloft. Rain in question again, but when do you usually see your first and last snowfall in your area of New York? I'm just curious. Well, let's see. Well, usually, sometimes wild, we do get our first snowfall right around December, but it could be as early as late November. But however, although from what I've heard is that from what I've researched was that there could be more snow on the way during the winter in my area. But however, I just think we should just wait and see at this moment, because I mean, they're there, but here's the short answer to that: December. Usually December, at least. But what about your area, Wild? Oh, and as for the last snowfall, it could be usually right around late February to early March in my area, at least in the New York City area. But points north could be late as late March to early April. Alright, so now let's go to the tropics. I've already dealt with the 3-day forecast so far. What about you, Wild? Where is your first and last snowfall in your area? Gotta get rid of this. Alright, let's take a look at this. Okay, so basically we do have Gabrielle, that's right here. And right behind it, there are two tropical systems that may have chances of development. There's a tropical wave here and another one there. So let's take a look at the first 24 hours. This one is projected to move away. This one may form, and another one maybe not. It looks disorganized, but something could form there. Then by another 24 hours, that tropical wave starts moving into the Caribbean, and right behind it, it's going to catch up. And something could form right around here, just offshore. By Tuesday night, though, then another 24 hours. Tropical wave moves in, wet weather, still be a thing throughout the southeast. Then we move forward in time. It could develop. This is big. By Thursday night, this is going to be big. But as for Gabrielle, it's going to be out of here, so forget about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Yeah, I just need to adjust myself. Okay, so now that, assuming that this system right here is going to be our next system after Gabrielle, what's the name of it? Well, apart, folks. Humberto. Sorry about that. Humberto. Humberto is going to be the next name. So we got to keep an eye on that. So then going into Friday night, the system develops, but this trough right here, it's ready to make its move to eat up this system right here. What does this mean? Well, right behind it, it's not much that's going to happen. Then we see what happens, but by Saturday night, it couldn't make an impact in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, so we've got to prepare ourselves. So for those of you who live in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, please pay attention, as well as those from Miami all the way to Portland, Maine. Please be prepared for your... Please prepare your hurricane kits as early as possible before it's too late. Because a lot of people, they're going to cram in and they'll say, oh, like there's a hurricane coming and it's coming close. We don't want that to happen. Plan early. But for you, Wild, you don't have to worry much about that. That's for other people. Okay, so moving into Sunday night in 160 in exactly a week from now, the system will reach New England. And it's going to get eaten up while the system gets close to the East Coast. But what about the system right behind it? Something could form right there, but not really much is going on. Typically October is when we see our first snowfall, but sometimes it might not happen until early November, or occasionally it can happen in mid to late September. And for last snowfall, it's usually April or sometimes May. Yeah, that's kind of like the weather that is a thing in places like upstate New York. But I can relate to that because I know someone who lives in the Catskills who experiences that on a yearly basis. You know, because I mean, I live in the New York City area, but but people in the Catskills, they tend to have early first snowfall in the Catskills, or even way up north in places like the Adirondacks, and then after that, their snow season ends late. But here it ends early. Not only because we're down south, but also because we're close to the coast. Then we move forward in time, and there's a system that will develop by the week after this coming week. So we got to prepare for that. But that's too early in the game. Let's take a look at the European model. Okay, so that's Gabrielle and two other systems right behind it. Gabrielle's going to be out of here. 24 hours. System may form here and another one there, but this one has more potential. This one's going to be out of here. This one could form, but this one's just a big rainmaker for Tuesday night. Then this system develops, get its act together, but this one, it's just a big rainmaker, but Gabrielle's going to be gone. But Thursday night's going to get its act together because warm waters, less wind shear. Then later on, just going to fast forward this. Something could develop, but just located in the Bahamas by Saturday night. Yeah, it could curve out to sea though. But too early in the game afterwards. Gabrielle's here. Two other systems are very disorganized. Then I see one system. It's going to form start from here. And it'll end up developing by Thursday night, and then get its act together, start strengthening. Trough is over there. Then it catches up, starts eating up this system, a potential Humberto, and then kicks it out to sea. But my consensus is that Gabrielle, of course, is going to be out of here, but potential storms like Humberto, I would say that this is the one to keep an eye on. I mean, this one right here does have 20% chance of development within 7 days, but within 2 days, 10%. This first disturbance has 0 chance of development within 2 days, but within 7 days, 50% chance. As for Gabrielle, it's going to be out of here. And based on the Kona projection, yeah, definitely it's going to be out of here. Although it may be getting close to Bermuda, it may cause some troubles in terms of some winds. and some rough